Alright, so you can see right here that we have the color pixel art template that was on the previous slide. So I can use this one and create exactly what I want by just typing in individual letters. It will just create this pretty cool creation that I have. But what if I want to create my own? So what I did was I created something called mystery pixel art. How it works is that you have questions that either have an answer of a word or a number. It works best if it's only one word. So what I did was I created and I found a pixel art that I really liked. So here's my little turtle that I created. I have all of my questions, and so based on the answer, a little bit of this picture is going to be revealed using conditional formatting. So if I delete all of my answers, you'll notice that the turtle completely disappears. But the first answer is library. So if I press enter, a little bit of that picture is going to be revealed. So by answering all 10 questions, and this could be 10 questions, this could be 20 questions, it could be as long or short as you want to. This is essentially what this mystery pixel art is in its essence. But the next question is, how do I do that conditional formatting? So if I go to Format, Conditional Formatting, you'll notice that when I click on these boxes, there are some rules here that I've already created. The first thing that I really want to do when I'm creating my mystery pixel art is that I need to change the size of the actual tables. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the size of those columns to be shorter, so they're more square-like. Then I'm going to put in my little Alright, so here's my little turtle. I think I'm even going to bring in those boxes a little bit more. There we go. It's a little more square-like. Now I'm also going to need a space for them to write in the questions. So that'll be in column A and B. So I'm just going to bring those out just a little bit more. Probably B just even a little bit more. So there I go. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my question number, and then I'm going to put in answer. And I can, just like normal, I can change the fonts and such to ones that I desire to have in this. So for this one, I'm just going to do the 10 questions, which is my default. And so now I'm ready to go. I think I actually might fill this in yellow. There we go. So now I'm ready to go. I can begin doing my conditional formatting. So eventually you're not going to see this little turtle guy because I'm going to hide him underneath all of the different parts of the question so that I can reveal each part of the turtle. So for the first one, I am going to click in that first box, B2, which can be a little confusing sometimes because it's question number 1, but it's in box B2. So just remember to always look at the numbers on the side and on the top to get that actual number of your location on your sheet. I want to apply it to a range, so I'm going to select the first item on this pixel art that I want to be revealed when a user answers this question. So I think I'll kind of go random. That's usually what I do. I'm actually holding control down as I'm doing this so that I can select more than one at the same time. So now that I've selected 4 different boxes, I'm going to push OK. I'm also going to add in that B2 so that when the answer is answered, it's also going to turn color. So I'm going to choose the color that I want it to be. And I decided to do a custom color, but you of course don't have to do that. So now I need to create the formula. This is a custom formula, and it's the equal sign, and then a dollar sign, and then the place that the answer is going to be. So that's B, and then just like we said, it's B2, and then equals. Now this is where it gets a little bit depending on if you have a number or you have a word. If you have a word, you have to put it in quotation marks. If you have a number, you don't. So I'm going to do a word, and that was library. Gotta spell it right though. There we go. Now I just check over everything. Everything looks perfect, and I hit done. And then you're like, nothing happened. Well, we have to go up to the paint bucket and just reset. So now I know that those boxes are finished, and I can move on to other ones. But if I click on it, you'll see that my custom formula is still there, that conditional formatting. So let me show you how that works. So I'm going to type in library, and there it is. It filled them in, and it filled in that box. If I delete it, they're gone. Let's do another one, just so that we can kind of get in the swing of things. So we're going to add another rule, and we're going to choose the boxes that we want to be revealed when somebody answers question number 2. So I'm going to click on that, hold down my control button, and then just do some random ones. And kind of my goal in this is so that the students don't figure out what it is until closer to the end. So they're still like guessing. And so I'm going to do that. And then again, it's that custom formula. And we are now in B3. So it's equal sign, dollar sign, B, dollar sign, 3, equals, and I think the next answer was books. And then because I put that in quotation marks, we'll do a number next. And then I need to change the color. And then you're thinking, oh no, what if I forget something? Totally fine, we can always edit these conditional formatting later. It's not a problem. The hardest part though is if you forget to do that reset when you have everybody selected. It's really, I mean, it's not a huge problem because you can go around and find the one. If I just click around, I can find the one that I would need to get rid of. But you don't want to have 2 rules. These are called rules, these formulas, on the same box. Like I wouldn't want to have a conditional formatting rule on this box right here for this answer number 1 and answer number 2, because then it's not going to know what to do. All right, so let's do number 3, and let's do a number this time. So I'm going to click add another rule, and I'm going to choose, let's do the black eye for that one. All right, and we're going to go down to custom formula. It's going to equal dollar sign, B, dollar sign, 4, because that's the box that we're in now, even though it's question 3. Then another equals, and we're going to do 234. And, oh, I always forget to do that. I always forget to change the color. So I have to remember to do that. Oh, no, it's black. See, I forgot. All right, let's make sure that's black. All right, done. Oh, it looks like it's white. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, so we are good to go, and we're going to hit done. And we're going to reset. So now if I go over here, and I think it was 256. Nope. 234. Okay, but I forgot something. I forgot to add B4 in there, so it'll change color for me. All right, let's try this again. 234. There it is, the black eye. So right now, I have the conditional format rules up, but when a student's actually going to do this, they're not going to have it up. So it'll just look like this. They'll have to look at your pixel art questions in order to find the answer. So basically, you're just going to keep doing that until you're complete. Now, I'm going to give this to you as a template. So what you could do is just use my little turtle guy, and you could go to Format, Conditional Formatting, click on the first answer, and just change this custom formula. and just change the word library to one that you would like to use. Okay, so you're 100% welcome to just use mine to try it out, to experience it. Because it really is a lot of fun, and once you get it down, it's pretty quick to do. I think the most amount of time that it took me was coming up with what questions I wanted to do on my slideshow rather than the actual formatting, because I didn't do a really complicated picture. If you just search Google, just do some light Googling. So I'm just going to go to Google Images and I'm going to type in pixel art. You can see tons of those. That's a bit more complicated, but it's pretty cool because we can actually see the actual boxes, so it's pretty easy to replicate. I actually did have 7th grade students do this, so each one of them did create their own. It definitely took a lot of time, but they really, really enjoyed it. They really enjoyed doing it. And having students understand how to do that conditional formatting is going to be helpful for them later in life, because spreadsheets are definitely here to stay. So I encourage you to give this a try and see if it's something that might work in your space and your lessons, because it really, if you have students answering questions, you can utilize pixel art.